Hello students! In this video, I'm going to talk about the evolution of marketing since the beginning and especially in the recent days. In the last years, we have been facing a lot of changes in the marketing environment. Since our society is changing so fast by the emergence of internet and new digital business model, we can see that the way to do marketing is changing so fast. In this context, new practices and tools become part of the daily activity of a marketing professional. So let's take a look to a video to see how these new elements affects the modern marketing practice. Now that you understand that marketing is changing so fast in the last years, let's take a look to the past and see the evolution of marketing over the last 100 years or more. Thinking about it, we usually think about what we call a marketing era or the marketing philosophical orientations. What is that? Usually when we think about marketing, we can see a lot of changes over the years. But more important than that, we can see that some companies will look to the marketing and use it as in a specific way, depending on their thoughts, on their beliefs upon what is marketing and what is the nature of their business. When you think about it, we can see that there is one evolution of the marketing concept over the years, but also we can see that these different concepts still exist nowadays. And even if you look to a modern company, you can see a very traditional approach to marketing operating there. So what are these main areas of marketing or the main orientations of marketing? The first one is named the orientation to production. So a company that's oriented to production will focus in achieving a high production efficiency in the means of low costs and mass distribution. Let's look to the 4T. As you can see that, we have that famous phrase from Ford telling that everyone can have a car, but it needs to be a black car. In that case, you can see that the focus is not in the quality of the product, it's not focused in the customer. They are making a focus in understand, in have a very high level of production to reduce cost, to have a very standardized production, and with that, you can have a mass distribution of a product and have low costs or high profit. When you think about it, the companies are not taking care about the business. And what is the problem here? Sometimes people will not want to buy this standardized product. They want something special. Over the years, a lot of companies perceive that, and then they start thinking, let's do something better. And then they moved to the product area. In this product area, the focus is in the development and of innovative goods and services, and the companies are seeking greater performance. But what is the main point here? Usually, companies will think about the best product, but looking to the resources that the company have. They are not looking to what customers need or customers want. And as you can see here, you have Steve Jobs' photo, and it's a very good example. You have that famous phrase from Steve Jobs that tells, people don't know what they want until you show them. In that case, it's very clear that the focus is not in understanding what people want, because you believe that people don't know what they want. You believe that you know what people want. In that case, you're basically looking to yourselves and thinking of the best way to have the best product, and the best product is what you believe that's a best product. Sometimes it can work, you can have Apple with a lot of success in the market, but also you can have a lot of failures. Let's give an example of this Apple Newton, a very famous product that was a big failure from Apple and a big failure from Steve Jobs. And in that case, a company that's focusing in creating the best product sometimes don't know what people really want. Some people know that, but a majority of people don't have this gift from God to know what's behind people's minds. And over the years, a lot of companies perceived that too, and then they moved to what we call the sales era or sales orientation of marketing. In that case, companies will focus on pushing company sales, trying to push the products to the market instead of identifying what customers really need or want. Basically, when you have a company that use a lot of advertisements trying to make what we call outbound marketing to deliver, to push into the market their products. This is basically what we call a sales definition, sales orientation. We have very successful companies. In retail in Brazil, we have many examples like, for instance, Magazine Luiza, but that can be in some way, a lot of these big retailers have this approach, but we have a problem here. Sometimes you may try to push or to give people what they don't want. For instance, if you try to sell a product like a Barça, that encyclopedia, it's basically impossible to sell it nowadays because people don't want it. It's not something, there is another alternative that is much better than Barça, or it's much better than encyclopedia, and it's for free. For instance, Google. And because of that, many companies that are trying to push their products without knowing what customers want, these companies usually will face a failure in the market. And some companies perceive that also, and then we have the modern definition or the modern orientation of marketing. Is the marketing orientation or the marketing era? In that case, companies that use this approach will focus on understanding the market environment to create, deliver, and promote a superior offer to the market. So, as you can see here, you have the opposite of all the other parts. You are never start by production. You're not start by the product. You're not going to start by the sales. You're going to start by understanding your customer's mind, understanding the marketing decision environment, and then after you have this complete understanding, including the understanding of what your competitors are doing, then you're going to think what I'm going to deliver, how I'm going to give to people that product, and how I'm going to promote that. So you make the opposite of what people believe that marketing is. Usually people believe that marketing is something related to advertisement, to sales, but in the case of the marketing orientation, you'll never start by selling something. You start by understanding, and the understanding and creating a superior strategy is much more important than to try to push your product or to produce a lot of things to sell in the market. As you can see, all these areas and orientations survive nowadays in different companies. Some companies will have nowadays a production orientation, and they can be successful on that. Other companies that have startups, for instance, have a lot of product orientation. They have a belief that the products are good, and okay, some companies will have a lot of success. But the point is that in general, nowadays, with a lot of competition, a lot of changes in the market, the marketing orientation is the best approach to achieve superior performance in the market. And because of that, usually we make a course thinking about the marketing orientation. And this will be the focus of our course. And who is in charge of developing these marketing strategies? This is a task for the modern marketing professional. In any company, marketing needs to be an activity under the responsibility of many different people. So you cannot have just one department or just one person that are in charge of delivering marketing. Of course, some will be the most important professional in that will be the one that will create strategies, put the strategies in practice, and also to coordinate the marketing function over the entire company. It is basically the marketing professional, the one that is in charge of making this coordination. This marketing professional will basically make tasks of analyzing customers, analyzing markets, trends, competitors, and using this information to deliver and put into practice some actions that will improve or foster social exchanges. Let's take a look to some activities that are part of these tasks of the modern marketer. As you can see in this infographic, a modern marketer needs to have a set of skills that are more soft, more intuitive, more creative. This is the part artist of this modern marketer. But also a modern marketer needs to have skills on mathematics, on understanding financial, understanding assets, understanding about logistics, statistics, and also computer science. All these skills will be part of what we name as a scientific part of the modern marketer professional. Let's give some examples. The ability to write content, what we call the inbound marketing, it's very important to have these sets on writing, expressing yourself, and how to create something that will attract people to your website, to your blogs, to your social media. Also, you need to manage visual assets, good pictures, editing videos, and so on. You need to manage social media, and this means that you need to know how to interact, to understand what people are doing, to give answers to your customers online, and so on. And also the ability to deliver direct campaigns like email marketing. This is one type of skill that's very important nowadays. Let's look to some skills that are usually related to the scientific set of skills of a marketing professional. The performance tracking. You need to know how to transform, to measure the results of your campaigns, of your activities, and to deliver numbers to give answers about the performance of your campaigns. You need to know how operates the financial and the logistics of a business, because it's impossible to talk about marketing without knowing the impacts on finance of the business and the impact in the production and the operations of a business. Also, the marketing analytics, the capability of creating graphs, analyzing data, creating sophisticated models like machine learning, and using big data for that. It's a very important skill for the modern marketer. And finally, the capability to evaluate the performance of your campaign and use that to improve your results in the future. As you can see, it's not so easy to manage these two different sets of skills. Some more creativity, some will demand more creativity, more intuition, and so on. And the scientific part, will require knowledge on maths, on computer science, on statistics. And when you think about it, we can see that it's very challenging to be a modern marketer. Of course, you need to develop many set of skills to do so. With this presentation, we finish the content of the first lecture. So this is it, students. Thank you and see you in the next video. See you. Bye.